I don't want to do this.
Neither do I. And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Kornelick.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
Here we are, back from the game, which we watched downstairs. Kings, of course, losing. I even wore my special Drew Doughty Blue Jays hat for the whole affair. Didn't work. God damn it.
That's right, Kings fans are back after Game 5, a disappointing Game 5 in a series that's turned into a real boner shrinker. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the penalty kill. Going to talk about the road record. Going to talk about Brodeur, Kovalchuk, Dustin Brown, Anze Kopitar, Justin Williams, and pretty much all the other depressing facets of the game.
Here we go, 168.
All right, Kings fans, we're back. Back from watching the game, back in New Jersey. This is where things get a little iffy. You start getting worried as a Kings fan. Obviously, it's been a pattern. The Kings in round 1 and round 3 were able to get it done in Game 5. They were both hard-fought games, but they got it done. So you come into the game in New Jersey with a 10-0 road record and thinking, I think they're going to close it out here.
Definitely feeling pretty confident going into the game, and no lineup changes. Everything was the same. Simon Gagne still in. Incidentally, Chris, the Kings with Brad Richardson 15-2. With Simon Gagne, they are 0-2. I don't know. That is what it is, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But definitely feeling like the Kings were going to pull it out here. Fairly confident. We had a Stanley Cup show ready to go for you. Obviously, that's not happening this evening here. Just going to be us depressed bastards for a little while. But I felt like the Kings in the first and especially in the third too had a lot of great chances. Again, got a couple of posts, and we're not able to close it out. New Jersey's getting lucky, but you know what? Marty Brodeur, anybody who said, this guy's finished, he should retire, yada, yada, yada. Guys, this is why he's going in the Hall of Fame. This is why if New Jersey wins, which they won't, I don't think, maybe. He's winning the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, you hear all the chatter before the game, all the Devils spouting on, why not us? Why can't we be the third team to come back from a deficit like this? Why not? And you keep hearing that over and over. Not really like, why can't the Kings win? But in that first period, big blunder by Jonathan Quick trying to hit the puck behind the nets, and very unfortunate bounce goes right to Zach Parise and quickly into the net, right in the corner. Great play by Parise, and you're quickly down 1-0. And the Kings really haven't been down, much at all during the playoffs, especially in this series. And you find yourself down 1-0, and you see the Kings players starting to clutch a little bit because, they're on the road. Momentum's going the New Jersey's way, and that was a huge blunder. Obviously, he's still our Conn Smythe candidate, but that was really unfortunate.
Jonathan Quick still, I think has been played better this series than he has, in the past, because we've needed him more this series. But, you're right. I remember earlier on in Quick's career, playing the puck, especially behind the net, was an area of opportunity, huge area of opportunity. In fact, he kind of sucked at it. And then, through this season and in the first few series, Jonathan Quick's getting a little bit better. And Phoenix, to me, regressed a little bit with his play with the puck. And then, tonight, he looked like rookie Jonathan Quick with the way he played that puck. And you're right, definitely an unfortunate bounce, but it's something you can't have happen. That said, this game could have easily been 4-1 the final score, if not for some awesome saves by Jonathan Quick. So, credit where credit is due, but there's so many missed chances in the game. Jared Stoll with the breakaway. At the end, Mike Richards had a couple. And, Chris, 2 players right now, I said it to you earlier in the game, Dustin Brown, beast mode until this series. Mike Richards, beast mode light up until he still had some good stuff in the series. That last assist to Drew Doughty in the power play last game. But, I'm kind of wondering if they are playing hurt or if it's just how good New Jersey is defensively.
At this point in a long playoffs, it's a long time. It's June. We're still playing hockey. We're wearing shorts like most of the nation is. You got to think that most players have a little bit of an injury,
They're banged up a little.
Okay, huge
early fireworks here in Los Angeles.
Let's slow down. Let's not play on the parade route quite yet. But, that's definitely a factor. One guy who was buzzing all over the ice tonight, Justin Williams, had a fantastic game despite the loss.
Yeah.
Heated up there in the second, got the goal, the equalizer, and it was starting to heat up a little bit. You felt like the Kings were getting a little bit more momentum. They were starting to crash the net a little bit on Brodeur, but just couldn't get it done, just couldn't get it past. And what do you know? Later in the second, Bryce Salvador, who, God, the announcers were just gushing over this this guy, like he's the greatest goaltender since Bork or something, or just Niedermeyer. Shot the puck on net, hit Voynov again.
That's
gonna happen.
3 goals, and I think 2 games that have gone off Voynov. Completely unfortunate. It's not really Voynov's fault, but
No.
I don't know. It's one of those concerning things because we haven't won a Stanley Cup. We did with the Stanley Cup, I'd say who cares? But at this point, I'm just looking for something that we can fix so we can go on and win the game. And, at the end of the game, we pulled Jonathan Quick, and, when have we ever scored an empty... What have we ever scored with a goalie pulled this season? I don't know if it's happened. It definitely hasn't happened in the playoffs. And we actually had some good looks, Chris. Better looks than I've seen in the past. 2 of them to Mike Richards from the same exact point on the ice and couldn't get it done. God, it just kind of reminds me of those January Kings who played super, super well. Couldn't put the biscuit in the basket, but you got to give that credit to New Jersey. I don't think anybody's forechecked us like they have, and playing so well defensively. It's just, you know what? New Jersey played better tonight. That's the long and short of it. It is what it is. But you know what? I'd rather be up 3-2 in a series than down 3-2 in a series. We're up. We got 2 more chances to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Kings. Yeah, exactly. Still have to win one out of the next 2 games. You get a little bit nervous though coming back to LA. Not a game we want to see. Although they do have a chance to win the Cup in front of the home crowd. You start getting nervous. You start looking ahead because we're Kings fans, and you start thinking, oh God, Game 7, they'll have to go back to New Jersey again. The Kings just haven't been able to close it out. But this is good. This isn't. You quickly forget about Games 1 and 2, which people like to argue that might have gone the Devils' way. I mean, it's just the Kings were able to fortunately escape with those wins. But this is the Stanley Cup Final. This is the real deal. These are the 2 hockey teams playing the best right now. It could go either way. I like our chances in 6. I like to think that maybe we have the factor with travel and everything. And, all I know is that Game 3 seems like a long time ago. Utter domination that game was.
It does. And, as hockey fans, we can appreciate the fact that we got, kind of have a series here. But as Kings fans, which we are, we're so homerish about it. You know what I mean? We're depressed and, still optimistic that we're going to win, next game. But Kings fans, your question of the day, of course, Game 6 coming into Los Angeles. Who's your hero of the game? Jersey Devils for Los Angeles Kings, whatever you want to do. Leave your comments, as always, downstairs.
All right, Kings fans, so after Game 5, Devils win, obviously, and we're going to give our top 5 reasons why we think the Devils might win the series.
Because Bryce Salvador is the best defenseman in the National Hockey League ever.
Number 4, because the Kings suck at Staples Center.
Number 3, Slava Voynov now plays for the New Jersey Devils.
Number 2, because the curse of Kevin Smith is a real thing.
And the number 1 reason why the New Jersey Devils are going to win the Stanley Cup is it's the Kings. All right, Kings fans, we'll be right back at you on Monday after Game 6 from the state. Hopefully we can have that Stanley Cup show that we've been wanting to give you. Been in the tank for quite some time now. So look forward to that, hopefully, or if not, we're going to be probably more depressed and maybe, definitely more drunk.
Yeah, that's true.
So here we go. I'm Keith Korneluk.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
Thanks once again for watching Overtime by KingsCast.